What's up? This is our tool bag. We are going to double the size of the tool bag in all three dimensions. Now, in theory, you would just double everything. That's not how it always works, though. And where are we going to set the handles on this if we've doubled all the links, right? Are we going to keep the handles 2 inches away? Are we going to try to bring them inboard? Will we even like the dimensions doubled? A lot of times I do this and I'm like, that just looks absolutely ridiculous. So we don't end up going double in all three dimensions, all three directions. But also in doubling this bag, will it require more support or more structure? So we're just gonna, we have doubled everything. Everything is literally twice the length in all directions. And I'm gonna start to build this and we'll see how this goes. To give you an idea of what that will look like, it's going to basically be this bag, like this. It's going to be big. It will be larger than the large tool bag. These end pieces here on the end will actually be this piece right here. So if we look at how large this thing's going to be, it's going to be big. This big. So we'll know soon. So process of elimination. We know this is the large zippers. This is this piece. These right here are these. We know that. And we know that these are the end caps that will cap this off. So let's start with that. And then we'll go to the liner, which holds all the Velcro and makes that pocket there. So let's just start with this right here. We're already laced up from the last video with Coyote, so we'll just run Coyote on all of this. Let's go ahead and grab some zipper pulls. I am famous, notorious. There are many pieces of gear I have built and forgot to put zipper pulls on them, so I'm gonna go ahead and bring these zipper pulls over here and put them right in my way. I was taking my earbuds off, but it's this silly thing here. It's a lot of bulk too. It all weighs more. Can you hand me that zipper I just dropped off the front there? Thank you.
Yeah, it's going to be large when you're folding it.
Yeah.
Like when it's fully together.
I think if you're watching this video, you probably already know how to put this zipper on. And if you don't, go watch one of the other, what are we, over 100 now on some videos? I explain how to do these zippers all the time. So I'm gonna blast through this, especially since this is something I've not built before. I'm gonna kind of talk a little less. We need to figure out how we're gonna do the concierge, the black label stuff, how we're gonna do the members on that. I was thinking we could do it on Patreon, and then the people that pay have access to it.
Yeah, because you can set up just
what
those people that have.
Percentage does Patreon take? They take 10%? Or is it greater?
I want to say it is 10%.
And then YouTube takes 40%? I would suspect that there is also an app off of the website that probably would manage and handle a lot of that also. We're going to do a concierge service, basically. It's a monthly fee. It will be costly. It will be expensive. But those people that buy that we'll have access to have orders expedited, have some custom stuff done, and then also we will in some manner update you as we start your project and the stages, and then we'll have a clear line of communication also through there as to changes and such that we're doing. And then we will also do some live videos. Once or twice a week, we will pull one of those orders and actually build it on live. Other people will be able to watch it, but the communication will be with the client.
8% communication.
That's not bad. What's YouTube taking now? I say that's not bad. That's not bad in compared to a lot of the robbery we get everywhere else. George Washington took a boat across the harbor to murder people over a 3% tax.
30%.
30%?
Yeah.
I could have sworn YouTube was 40%. Has it always only been 30, or is that
30?
Really? What do they take out of super chats?
%30 from Super Chat.
Wow. All right.
Created with 70% of all fees that come in. But after taxes, that only leaves around 49 to 50%.
Do they collect taxes?
No.
Or is taxes on us to pay?
Taxes on you.
That's why they 1099 you. I'm out of thread. Yep. Hear that pitch change?
Yeah, for some reason I thought Patreon took like 20%.
So I thought Patreon was 10. I always heard YouTube was 40.
If you have Patreon Premium and you have over a certain amount of members, it's 12%. That's what they top out at, though.
What is Patreon Premium?
I think it's like if you have so many members sign up, you have to. It's like a tier. Like if you get to 100,000 members, you're bumped to a premium one.
They charge you more?
Yeah, a percentage for having that. Like for that.
I knew I was going to knock this shit over. I'm going to move this right now. I literally, when I went to pull that first bobbin, I'm like, I need to move that shit.
Need a bolt-on cup holder.
I do. I should have somebody make one of those. Amanda made some cool thread stands. They got magnets in the base, and they sit on top of the machine. They've got pegs for all of your bobbins, and then they have slots where you can put your scissors and your tools and shit. Pretty cool. There were some pretty cool drawer replacements, and they pull out, and they've got 2 layers in there that slide and shit. Super organized. So I went to buy them. They're coming out of China, and they're $18, and I'm like, oh, I'll buy 6 of those. The shipping on them was like $200 something. I'm like, yeah, I'm not doing this. I'm like, we'll just print these ourselves like they just did. Well, offset? No, I'm even here, but I'm a good 1/4 inch here off.
easiest thing that you make that you don't like doing?
What's the easiest thing we make that I don't like doing? I don't like doing anything with elastic. I don't like doing any fucking shotgun cards, battery loops, none of that shit. All because it's just tedious. It's just, and you have to be perfect. Even our people that do them regularly, we still probably reject 10% of them.
Yeah. Just from loops being too big on one, not on the other.
Yeah, just not paying attention because there's so much of it, so you get complacent doing it. I'll even pre-sew like on the weekend or in the evenings after everybody leaves and I'm pre-sewing shit. I'll do like the battery pull-out tray pouches. I'll do them all the way up to putting the elastic on them, and then I'll leave them on a sewing machine for somebody else to finish them. But I do a lot of that. Like they'll come into work and have 20 hours worth of work already done, and they'll only need 30 minutes to an hour to finish the project. Like I'll do that on tons of stuff because like when I give people shit about watching television or video games or whatever, I'm kind of guilty of it myself. I'm listening to content, especially on Monday, Tuesday night, or Sunday night too. If we're back in the shop, I'll do that for an hour or two and just pre-sew a bunch of shit while I'm listening to current events so that I know what we're going to talk about on Wednesday. So that's kind of my homework and research, is listening to that content. And while I'm consuming content, I can mindlessly just sew the shit that I've sewn millions of times.
And I'm assuming stuff you can chain together.
Oh, I chain everything together.
Yeah.
Ooh, just caught that and kind of kicked it off to the side when it came off that zipper there.
Is it just when it strikes actually down on the zipper part?
No, the foot, just because this is where the zipper is down here. You can see it where it ends. So the foot just kind of like slid off of there and went across. Nobody will notice it. Won't affect anything on the bag. If it was red thread, you'd see it. The material's stiff. It does not want, does not want to unfold. It wants to stay where it is. Yeah, it's great material. It's very good. Have you watched any of that footage that we shot Friday? The last videos? The compound video?
Yeah, I've actually
Yeah.
got it all edited.
I have a bunch of drone footage if you want it. I know you hate it when I give you drone footage. Randall's very anti-drone. He's anti-drone. Do you have a drone?
No.
Because you're anti-drone. I have a lot of bobbin here. I don't know what happened. I have to switch from these Jap machines.
To what?
Chinese. I don't know.
I was about to say, does anybody else make a machine?
Everybody makes a machine. You gotta go old though. Everything's China now. You gotta go old to find the real German machines or Japanese machines.
Sleeping bag.
Huh?
It's like a sleeping bag.
It's big, man. It's big. I don't think we really have an idea of how big it really actually is yet. Let's go and sew these on first, I guess. flea markets in Nashville this weekend. Yeah. And it's not going to be super cold, so it might be a good turnout. There's a reptile show too, I'm pretty sure. It's taking a really long time. Seems like it's taking a really long time.
30 minutes.
Yeah, but we've only built 3 parts. I want to come up 1 tooth on the right side. I want 1 tooth up. There we go. Which is funny because now it's even here, but it's off by 1 over here. It's 1 too long. We're going to end up cutting 1 anyways, no matter what you do. But it's just, the machine just stretches the material out. There's not going on there. Oh, gosh. The AR-15 church is an hour from your house.
Yeah, hour and a half.
We're gonna have to go see that guy. I feel like he would like us. I feel like he would totally do an interview with us.
It's weird, he's Asian.
He is a Filipino, yeah. Yeah, his dad, like, people call him a cult. His dad had a huge following, like millions of people following in Philippines. He's a rapper. Did you watch the whole video?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I was more into the butt naked leader.
Who's the butt naked leader?
He's the one tribal dude that got like 50 kids and they would all attack everybody.
Oh, you're talking about the dude in Africa.
Yeah. Butt naked.
Yeah. And then later found Jesus.
Naked, yeah.
And they haven't ever tried him for war crimes or anything.
Yeah.
Why is this not lacing? This is not
He's responsible for
going on here.
10% of all deaths during that entire war.
Yeah, he was given
50 children.
Yeah, he was giving all the kids cocaine.
Yeah.
That is not going there. Let's try it from the other side and see. All these came out of the same bag, so it's the same. I've never seen a zipper pull bad. No problem here. Yeah, but the butt naked dude is in Africa.
Yeah.
We ain't getting him on the podcast. I feel like we could get the other dude. We'll just roll up there and give him some SOE stuff. Every member in his church has to have an AR-15. That seems completely reasonable. Yeah, he's got a few hundred acres out there. They have an MRAP. They have an armored Humvee. They have an MRAP. I think they have an MRAP. Did you see the Trump truck?
Yeah.
It's wrapped up like four Giottos. Black Rambo was out there. Dude, am I just fucking retarded? There it goes. Like, what in the world is going on here? Do I want to lock these in? No, we might need to change something. Let's not sew those all the way in. Okay, top piece and sides. Tops and ends built. This is the main body. Are these square or rectangle? These are rectangle. What do we do these at? 1 inch? I think they're folded 1 inch. Yeah.
Challenge where you don't need to measure anything, you just cut it with your eyes. Cut the shape out with your eyes, cut it all, start to finish.
Cut it with my eyes?
All of it, just You don't measure,
You mean cut
you
it
don't
by
mark.
eye,
Yeah,
but I still get to
all-
use scissors,
yeah.
not laser eyes.
Yeah, well, either one. But I want to see full on, no markings, no measure, cut, sew, full bag.
I can do it. A bag that we've done before, I can do it, no problem. It'll be off by 1/4 inch maybe. It'd fully be functional. And at first look, it would not even look off. Because I'm gonna fold it in half and find center anyways. I could do it, no problem. Let's take a clothes bag, for instance, right? We know that the Velcro gets sewn center. So I'm gonna take that piece of material and I'm gonna fold it in half and crease it. And then I'm gonna have the center. And then I'm gonna put the Velcro on equal sides of that center. And then I know that the handles go however many inches away, 3 inches off. So I'm gonna take the 2-inch webbing and set it there. And then I'm gonna move it over another half and it's gonna be on 3. And then I'm just gonna sew them and I'm gonna, it'll be perfect. And even if we did it without that, right? Even if you're like, nope, you can't find center or whatever, it'd be close. And even if somebody knew that that was the bag and could identify the issue with it, the bag would still be 100% usable though. Where do we put the Velcro? To the top? Yeah. That's a long ass piece of Velcro. Holy shit. Are we doing the full length? We are doing the full length. I think that's gonna look silly. Let's instead put a 6-inch piece here. Like, you just don't know until you get into it. So let's go 6. And another 6. Best way to cut this Velcro like this, if you don't have like a actual air operated cutter, you can do what I just did, mark it, cut it. If you're laser guided eye, you can just cut freehand. But those paper cutters, which I don't have out here, paper cutter, we need to order a paper cutter. paper cutter works really well for cutting this Velcro. Yeah, no, that's not going to work. We have this Velcro here because we cover up the raw edge with the webbing. But because I'm running the webbing further out, I don't want this just sitting. I don't know why I don't want it. I mean, we do it on every other bag that way. There's something interesting. I thought that was folded under. Look how crooked this edge is. What in the world? You see that?
Mm-hmm.
So I saw this and I thought, oh, the edge is just tucked under or something.
It's super wonky.
Yeah, that whole thing, that whole rolls off like that. Just in that spot. That's weird. So wait a minute. Do I want to do these at 6? We're really not going to know until we put it together and don't like it. Well, because I doubled it, right? So I doubled the webbing. And if that's the case, that's still going to have this 2-inch from the edge. And do we want this 24-inch bag supported 2 inches from the edge? Or do we want it about even? You know what I'm saying? So let's do these at 12 anyways. We'll build this one at 12. And if we don't like it, it'll be super easy to change the next one. And if we don't like it, we'll just cut another one and you'll sew that other one completely together.
I got it.
I have no doubt that you have it. I think that you have a secret sew shop.
Oh, yeah. Eagle buys all my stuff to put out for them.
It's what Josh came and worked here as a chef for, for industrial espionage.
Yeah.
He has a company of his own called a Special Operations Equipment. Especial. Or he said Specialty Operations Equipment. But that's okay, because I stole all his secrets and started my own chefing. Did you see the Asian dude that bought the skyscraper that I sent? I want a skyscraper.
Yeah. I wonder how he did that.
I don't know. I mean, I feel like we could probably get him to give us the one in Memphis.
Even getting it fixed at all would be like...
Well, he just did that whole copper dome on top. Like, that's a really big skyscraper that he bought. What is it, 97 stories or something? The one in Memphis is 37. And then we could stop all this stuff.
And just do skyscraper stuff?
We'll take all our dental equipment and put it in one of the offices. We'll have a dental office there, like there used to be. There's a bank vault, so we'll start a bank.
I do like airsoft or paintball.
They do. The cops have been using that one in Memphis. There's some munitions all over it. Let's just go to one of those MilSim events where they do like the 3-day full mission profile. But we'll take like just 12 of our friends and we'll go do our own shit. Because they're on like old military bases and hospitals and shit. There's tunnels and stuff. The asylum, there was all kinds of airsoft shit in there and paintballs and stuff. People had been doing that.
There's something about it. I'm not a big airsoft guy. I'd rather play paintball.
Oh, I'd rather have airsoft. Paintball's you're gonna have paint all over you. Yeah. The paintball hurts more.
Paintball hurts more, and it's like you can visually see
Yeah.
what's happening. It's like if you wear enough kit, you do not feel getting hit with an airsoft
That's
rifle.
yeah. You just wear. We used to just wear an M65 jacket or a BDU top because there's enough, you know, size larger.
I know, but if you get hit with a paintball, you know. And that's why you wear white shirts and shorts.
Shorts.
That's it.
Shorts.
So
we're playing short. We're wearing shorts for paintball.
What I do. It's white shirt and shorts. You rip.
I'll just pay you the fine and I'll wear pants.
That's why I got so many tattoos. Now I'm camouflaging the
Is that what it is? Because you're such a shitty paintballer?
Yep. Now I'm camouflaging.
To hide all the wounds. Oh, that might work out. That might work out. We doubled it and it doubled the 2-inch to 4-inch. That might work. This actually doesn't look as crazy as I thought it was going to.
Maybe. When you see the full...
We're just going to have to put a plate in the bottom, you know?
Yeah.
Some, what's that stuff on the bottom of my 4-wheeler? HMUW or whatever. You can get it in 1/4-inch or 1/2-inch plastic sheeting. And they use it for armor so that like tree branches and shit don't stick up through your ball sack and shit on the razors. That stuff. But for now, we'll just use stall mats.
Weigh like 40 pounds.
One stall mat is like 97 pounds.
Probably use masonite. The thinnest sheets of masonite they have.
Where do I get masonite? Oh, you're talking about that wood stuff. It's the pegboard shit.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, you could use anything. The masonite, if you got it wet, though, would be an issue eventually. Although, we did leave some tool bags full of tie downs, ratchet straps in the back when we had like a hurricane come through at the lake house. And my whole bed, because I was parked downhill, and there were some leaves in the bed, and the whole the Tacoma, the TRD, the whole bed was full of water, and the bag was sitting in the water, like up to the zipper almost, and everything was completely dry inside. One of the bags was actually under the water with the zipper closed. It was damp inside, but like it wasn't full of water.
Yeah. Well, you've got enough of those clear panels in there for the shelving that you could probably.
We do. We have hundreds of we have hundreds of those. What do I need here? 6. And over here, 6. Oh, perfect. That's my calibrated eye right there. I'm going to sew these on. Maybe we should sell patterns for this. Pattern in a how-to video. Like an actual in-depth, step-by-step measure here, mark here, sew here. I bet dudes would want to buy that. I'm just fucking with you guys. I ain't doing that. How did I come out at... Is that 6? Yeah. The fuck did I just mark? Because it's not 6.
Yeah, just should do that when you put it down. I was like,
what was I marked at? I was, look. I was off here, but that was spot on. I must have been I was at 8. Because 6 is like 8 if you erase part of the 8. Right?
I mean, 48 and a 38 belt.
46. I have a magnifying glass. And somebody who's not me has moved my magnifying glass. So normally I'm like, is that a 46 or a 48? Because the font print's small. When I print it on my computer, I have it like a little bit bigger font. All right, let's sew these on before Brandel distracts me anymore here.
Gonna get you a jitterbug.
Hold on a second. What's a jitterbug?
One of those old people phones with the giant numbers.
All right, we're going to sew these side pockets, which are ridiculously enormous.
It's a lot bigger here than it does right here.
Well, because there's that big, this table's a lot smaller. I've been thinking, man, I wish I had a bigger table for the sewing machine. All right, here's my marks. Here's my marks. Huh?
Does it go to the top?
It goes, yeah, it
Oh,
goes
yeah,
right on that top seam right there. Because it's, that other pocket's pretty small. It's so small, in fact, I don't put anything in there. Do you ever put anything in your small pocket on the I used to put like my gym card and shit then, but then I'm like, fucking peasant, so I bought a gym, so I don't have to have a gym card.
No.
Not really. I do think that people are peasants, but not really.
Sometimes I keep my wallet in there and my keys to separate them so they're not like scratching over your things or whatever I've got in there.
Like if somebody took my wallet, I'd be fucked if somebody took my wallet. Like all my cards and shit are there, you know? So I'm definitely not leaving my wallet in an unzipped open pocket.
Yeah. No, I always have something. Oh, you mean the outside open pocket?
Yeah, this little pocket right here. So I've often thought we should just get rid of that pocket because nobody uses it. But it would look silly without it there. It would look cheaper. So this one here, this pocket's huge. I don't like. I would probably complain that this pocket's too big because shit gets down inside there. You know.
I will say, like, when I'm working out and stuff, and I want my phone to change my music, it's nice just to have the pocket that I can set it in.
That is true. I did use it for that. Yeah.
And then when I pick up my bag, I don't have to worry. It stays in there still.
Sounds like we need to do a whole marketing campaign, ad campaign on how the tool bag is a good gym bag.
Yeah.
And market it to all the gym guys. I keep thinking we should do tool bags. Like tool belts and shit, you know? Mm-hmm. But I follow this dude who does leather tool belts. And I just think, man, we can't beat that. Like some of that leather stuff that's out there. I am fighting the material. There's some weight to it. But I mean, it's not any heavier than like wax canvas would be, and it's definitely lighter than leather would be. Maybe that's what we do, is put a leather bottom in it. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Like
side it out to where, or fuck it, do the whole bag in leather. Okay, there's that. Pretty nice.
So are those double the length?
They are, yeah. These are normally 36, so they're 72. We're gonna make that mark at 5. That's where I want that. We need to go to Little Rock, Arkansas. How far is that from here?
Little Rock, Arkansas. Can't be that far. You're only looking at a 4-hour drive.
We'll go tomorrow.
What are you doing in Little Rock?
What are you doing in Little Rock?
What are we doing in Little Rock?
We're going to a abandoned hospital. Big. Big, big. You're going to love it. You're going to be so excited.
crazy. Little Rock, Arkansas is the same distance from where I'm at, opposite of you.
Yeah. Yeah. How far is it from you? 8 hours?
Yeah.
So you should just stay here tonight. You got your pajamas?
No, I actually put my pajamas in the washer last night.
You don't have
I
pajamas.
do. I have Snoopy pajamas.
Shut the fuck up.
I'll send you a picture of them. Got Woodstock on it.
Well,
Snoopy, everything.
bring your Snoopy
I've got 2
pajamas.
pairs of the
Bring your
exact same
Snoopy
ones.
pajamas for the urban exploration.
I just got a pair for Christmas.
Evil spirits will definitely not mess with you with Snoopy pajamas.
Snoopy pajamas and my Snoopy hoodie.
I just made a mark even from here to here. Do we assume that these are the same? I assume that is quite the assumption to make. Okay.
Hold it sometime. Yeah, maybe.
Let's check these. How am I off on these? Or is this going to be correct? Does this account for the bag being way thick? Yeah, it will, because the bag is super thick. This works. This is right. Are we gonna like it? I don't know if we're gonna like it, but
Can't happen either way.
that's right. Check that out. Big yellow 36-inch ruler we could find. I might have to step into the 19th century and get a pencil sharpener. Aren't we in the 21st century right now? Two and a half and 5. I like to make my handles, my foldovers at 5. Some guys do them at 6. You can do them however you want. I like 5. I do see guys do all kinds of crazy shit when they do their handles. Holy shit, this is good webbing. That shit's really stiff. We spent 20 years asking for stiffer webbing. And now we've got webbing that's so stiff that we're like, you got to make this shit softer.
You're like, okay, now we got to spend 10 years trying to get it softer.
I don't know what happened. Like, you guys couldn't do it, but now all of a sudden we got some webbing that's so stiff, some of the machines just literally won't sew it. I almost hit up Collier. I saw he posted a Class 7 machine. I had 2 Class 7 machines, and they sat in the way for like 4 years before I got rid of them. And I almost hit him up. I'm like, how much? Class 7 machine, it doesn't sew thread, it sews cord. And the cartridge, the Class 7 needle is literally the size of a ballpoint pen refill. They're huge. It'll sew through a 1/2 inch of plywood. It'll sew through a quarter. It'll sew through pennies. It's wild. It'll sew right up, and by the time it stops, once it hits the web of your hand, it'll be in your wrist by the time it stops moving.
I assume some expensive needles.
I'm sure they are expensive. I'll bet they're $10 a piece or so, but maybe more. Yeah, I bet you do use them forever, especially if you're just sewing through this shit. I thought about going to, I always thought it was Elkmont, but it's not Elkmont. It's Elk something, Kentucky, where we went. Elkington, Elk something, where we bought the dental shit from.
Yeah.
I thought about going up. I thought about doing that today, just going up there and getting that old time freezer.
Yeah.
I'll bet it's the same dude.
Probably.
When I hit message him, it didn't populate messages, so it wasn't the same account, but I'll bet it's the same dude. What's that? The freezer?
Yeah.
All those old freezers are still working. If you look at them, they're rusty and they're dirty because people like got the new Fandangle, you know, the fucking Samsung fridge or whatever, and put that out in the barn or whatever. But all that old shit, it's still all that old stuff still works. The wiring is so old, like a lot of it's like cloth covered wire,
Yeah.
but it all functions. I follow a dude on Instagram, and he said that you hear Energy Star and Energy Efficient and all this shit. He said those old fridges are actually way more less costly to run. While they're not as efficient, those old freezers and fridges, when they get up to temperature, they cut the whole thing off. So it's got a thermometer in there or a switch in there that when it comes back up, then it kicks the compressor and kicks everything on. Whereas all the new ones, they just constantly run and cycle on and off. He said like that freezer, it'll go hours or even a day without even coming back on. And all those old ones, they're all made of metal and they've got real glass shelves that like the features in them are crazy.
My stove is a restored 1950s Magic Chef.
Nice.
And the people that had the house before it had it all redone and everything. And like, you have to watch out. Like the instructions for like baking something are not how it works. It's like half the time and it'll burn something.
So I saw something, a dude, it was a husband, it was a spoof, obviously. I mean, they made the video, but the dude was pretending to be like a handyman or whatever. And he's like, you got to clean these, you got to clean your dryer out. She's like, I do every time I pull the thing out and I pull the stuff off. He's like, no, it says right here that you need to vacuum down in that slot because it's a fire hazard. So he took a brand new empty vacuum, vacuumed it out, and it filled the whole thing up with dryer lint. I'm like, holy shit, I've never vacuumed that thing out.
Really?
Do you?
Yeah, I've got a smart little vacuum with a nozzle that's really skinny. I can put it down in there.
Yeah, well, that's what they were selling was the nozzle that goes on the vacuum. That's what it was.
And then from outside, I have a snake that goes up it that you twist around and pull out just to see if it has anything.
I wonder how many fires are caused because of that.
A lot.
So what I'm after, and the reason we set this here, is because I want to come up to this first stitch here, right here, and cover this. That's why this is actually that's why it's not a 1/4 inch higher or lower or whatever. I'm going to come up here, and at the same time, while I'm sewing this on here, I am also concealing all of this, and I'm going to sew it just a stitch or two beyond this pocket so that you don't see the edge of that there. Let's go ahead and also, while we're here, let's mark this. Well, actually, you can just do it with the tail of the webbing even. So this is 1 3/4 webbing. This is actual type 13 webbing, which is what we do for our Cobra Riggers belts. This is the same webbing that's used in climbing equipment and parachute pack trays. So like the actual shoulder straps, leg straps for a parachute is this. It's very expensive. And while we did it square at 1 3/4, I think it would look better at 1.5 inches. So I got 3 lines of stitching here, 3 here. I'm going to tack back up here, make my first half of the X. And then I'm going to come across here, which gives me 4 lines of stitching. This is the leading edge, right? So if anything on this handle is going to rip, it's going to be right there. And there's 4 lines of stitching. And then I'm coming here across. There's my X. You can come across if you want, but it's going to put me in the wrong place. So I'm just going to tack that. And I'm going to travel down. Now right here, we can disconnect and sew the other side, or it's personal preference. You can go ahead and sew right here and do this side while you're here. Doesn't matter any. If you want to mark perfect square, just use the material that you're sewing the square on, because it's already that width. So you can do that length and it'll make a perfect square for you. What did I do here? Because I cut that Velcro, I shortened up on that Velcro. I didn't catch it. See it?
Oh yeah. Didn't go under it.
Because I made it shorter.
But like you said, doesn't really matter if you do it on other stuff.
Yeah. I just don't like it. I don't like it on the other stuff either. But it's different when you're like an 1/8 inch away rather than 17 inches. What's up? Nothing going on in there? If you're gonna break a needle, it's right there. By today's standards, this is a small machine to be doing this. Because all you guys are pussies now. Make sure you don't have the twist in the handle, right? There are many times when I've seen the handles get twisted. So lay it out. That's a long run. You won't know it till it's too late. It is a big bag, man. It is a big bag that is heavy to begin with. So it won't matter because they're going to put a ton of weight in this thing. What's the plastic that you use for skid plates under the razors? HMUW or something?
UHMW. There's a lot more to it. It's ultra high molecular weight. I guess they call it.
That stuff. That would make a good plate for the bottom of this. Or stall mat. Do they? Sounds expensive.
It is. Very expensive. It's also half the weight of all the other stuff.
All right. We go to the abandoned building. We just pop up the old asbestos tiles and we use that. We'll wrap it in rigger's tape. It'll be completely safe at that point. It's only dangerous in your lungs. We should run crazy. We should run some Craigslist or some marketplace ads and see how crazy we can get with who replies. Most of them will be law enforcement. Looking to hire law enforcement for questionable tasks. They'll think they're setting us up, but really we're setting them up. How are they getting these big ass tractors like the excavator? How are they getting the excavator from that side of the road to this side of the road?
So I don't know about that, but I watched one of those logging machines, granted it was on tires. I watched them drag a whole bundle of trees across the road.
I saw them do it too. All those trees off our hill went across. But
I don't know about
is that big cutting machine? So the grapple's on wheels. Is the red machine on wheels or tracks? Is it rubber or metal? And he's driving across the street with it. So like those Komatsus, those 300s out there. Can you drive? You can't drive that across the street without leaving evidence, well, damage, right? Evidence. We just put a bunch of plywood down for the trip.
So that you have less pressure. Don't know how well that would work.
Because they like, but those new machines, you couldn't just use the tryout key on those machines. Probably they're probably all computer.
They're probably just like your trucks at this point. It's all transponder and it's a whole code system.
Yeah, probably so. It's smooth, huh? This machine is a lot quiet. The Nakajimas are quieter than those Seikos or those Kansos. Yeah. I've got some machines in there still with clutch motors on them. Yeah, we couldn't afford servo motors. I call them a clutch motor because they have a clutch in them, and the clutch is actually just a cork, big giant cork washer, like a disc. And the servo motor is an electric motor, so you have a potentiometer or a rheostat, so you can just turn the power way down. And they're very forgiving, and it's a very compact, small motor. You can pick it up in one hand. Whereas the electric, the clutch motors, they're massive. They're 4 times the size of the servo motor. This big metal, industrial, military-looking piece of equipment. And I'll bet they're way more expensive now. I'll bet those clutch motors cost way more. Yeah, they do take more skill, and they'll break your wrist if you're holding on tight enough. Something happened. Did you hear that? Yeah, it backlashed in the bobbin when it did it when I was going in reverse. No, I'm still connected. I don't know what happened there. It's almost like the needle split the thread in between the strands. You see right here. I'm talking about there's 3 strands here. It's a brand new clock that I put a lithium battery in, and somehow it says that it is 9:30. Time is it really? Well, it's 9:30 somewhere. Hand me that green ruler over there. Thank you. Can you see that? Is that any way?
Make this machine
Wider? So they make long arm machines. There's actually companies that will take and cut this machine in half and extend it, yeah. But there are longer arm machines. this handle gets caught on my knee. Did you see that loop? When we put the liner in this, it's difficult to get to these and you don't want to burn inside against the liner. That's why I'm doing that now. These seem like these are fine. So I'm going to go ahead and tack these. I'm going to lock these in. This will get sewn in the seam. You won't see it, but if somehow you broke a seam, if that seam ever came out with these being tacked, that zipper pull can't ever separate from the zipper. That's why I do that. We actually do that on all of our tool bags. They're like that. Because guys put an extreme amount of weight in that tool bag. We see guys fill it completely with 9mm or 5.56 or, you know, tools or anything. That handle caught on my knee. At this point also, once these are tacked, inside we take the hot cutter and we actually sear across here, and then we sear the top edge of the zipper also. See that handle getting caught on the corner of the table? That's that one that was off by one tooth. We're going to sew that a good 1/2 inch into a seam. You won't see that. It won't matter, but I spend a lot of time cleaning shit up that gets concealed that you'll never see. All right, there is the entire body of the bag. It's big. Let's, and then here's the other piece. Let's build the inside now, which just consists of putting a ton of Velcro on. We normally use 6-inch Velcro. I did all this out of 3-inch Velcro. A lot of guys watching this video are probably not going to have 6-inch Velcro. And if you do, awesome. You pay a lot more for 6-inch than you do for 3-inch. So I did it out of this. For you guys, not because of us. Where is that? There's what I need. Where? How high is this inside? 1 inch. All right. So we're gonna find center right here. Everything goes off center on everything we do. 26, so 13. And we're gonna run down 1 inch. Actually, it looks, I'll bet it's 1.5 inches. No, it is 1 inch, okay. Man, I feel like that's more than 1 inch. I guess it's 1. And then these, we're just gonna pinch these in half, find center. We're gonna set one on center, and we're gonna sew that on, and we're just gonna sew the rest of them and make them match. Okay, see you guys next week. I know this just shifted. Yep, there it goes, okay. I'm second guessing myself on 4 rows, but it's got to be 4 rows because we doubled everything.
Just 4 rows.
Yeah. Because it's normally 1 piece of 6, so we're doing 2 pieces of 6, and because I use 3, that's 4 pieces. Should have done the inside of this orange. I didn't think about it. This right here is the same as sewing a patch wall hanger. Is that a truck coming in here? Probably not. Not on Friday. All right, well, that's 6 out of 8. Never ran out of thread. Yep. Is it? No. Why made that make this sound off? No, it is out of thread. It's out of bobbin. Y12, is that out by you guys?
45 minutes east.
You know, there's supposed to be a whole underground city out there.
I assume there's a lot out there.
would delete that out of there.
He posts about it on Facebook.
So there's somebody from Y12 that's security that does a bunch of like paranormal shit. He's been on Tony Markel's show and stuff talking about it.
When that lady snuck in and did the painting and stuff, you know, to the hole and everything.
No, tell me about it.
There was like a lady that snuck in. She cut a hole through the fence at Y12 and went inside and started like painting all over the building. And
Like graffiti shit?
Yeah, she was trying to like against nuclear and different stuff
okay.
like that. And he was the first person on scene to get her, and he's like, when he drives around, he's got this huge armored vehicle, and like it shows him like flying up on the video footage, like jumping out, like taking her down and stuff, and he's like on the news, he's like holding her, and he's got her like cuffed up and stuff
under his arm.
Yeah, and he was like a bodybuilder, and they started their own company. His brother did called Blue Light, and it's like a private security firm, and but he actually works for Y12 now all the time. It's like his main.
Yeah, it's usually like Wackenhut or somebody that has all those contracts. It's like Wackenhut Security that does Area 51 and stuff, or it used to be.
But every morning I see him at the gas station and stuff before I come here usually, and he's always full kit, like everything. He looks like he barely walk. He's got so much on. He's like.
So the Confessionals podcast, right? Tony Markel. They call him the Joe Rogan of the paranormal. He was at a restaurant and a dude came up and was like, "Hey, can we talk for a minute?" He's like, "Yeah." He's like, so they walk over and he's like, and the dude basically tells him, "Hey, I'm security at Y12 and we have portals that things come through, and my job is to kill or keep those things from coming through the portals." And I believe Tony did a whole fucking podcast with the dude.
Doesn't his wife does stuff with him too?
No, you're talking about the red-haired dude. Looks like one of the Duck Dynasty guys, and all that. Like every chick on a fucking podcast like that is just there to go, really? like fucking get rid of them. All right, one more piece here. This makes the slot for the bottom of the tool bag. Every now and then we'll get some dude that's like, "Hey, I have my tool bag and you guys forgot to sew it closed in the bottom." And I'm like, "Nope, that's on purpose." And what that is this right here. We are going to assume that these are equal right here and that this is the center. It's not really an assumption. It is fact. We're going to go right here. And we're going to go right here. What we're going to do is we're going to start center here. We're going to sew, and we're just going to make this curve up into kind of a half moon. And that cleans this lip up, and it leaves a channel when we sew this together. This piece doesn't actually get in there. And this is a pocket on the bottom of the bag where you can put something in here to make this bag rigid. And that's what that's for. And that's how I do this. We just go right here. I'm gonna go ahead and travel quite a ways, and then I'm gonna kick this down to right here. And we're just gonna follow that arc right there. And we're gonna come over here and do the same thing. But instead I'm gonna start right here. And I'm just gonna tack that and then follow that arc. And then we're gonna come right back to the center where we started, cross over that and tack that there. That's all that is. Now, we're going to sew this onto this. This thing feels heavier than a super kit bag. Huh? Just because of the material that we're... Yeah, that's true. There we are on that zipper again. I go ahead and tack it while I'm coming across again. And then this is where that kick-in is. So I'm just going to keep following the same path. When I come off of that, I'm just going to stop right there. There's no sense in sewing through that single layer of material there. Something's up here. I have 1 inch too much somehow. Okay, well we can fix that really quick. The real way to fix it would be because I've got too much, so I'm just going to pleat it down here. The real way to fix it would be to take this off, cut it in half, overlap it a 1/2 inch, sew it so you have a seam down the bottom, down the center. We don't have to do that. I'll show you. So I'm going to sew this pleat so that it's right here. So this extra is just going to be tucked up under here. And when I go to sew, when I sew the line in the channel here, it'll sew across this, and that excess will be tucked up in there. You'll never know it's there. And then I'll fix it on the pattern. I've actually got 2 inches too much here somehow. Because I doubled the liner. That's probably, well, no, that wouldn't make any sense either. I don't know why I've got this excess. Walmart. It's missing most of it. It's missing like 2/3. It's a little repair snap kit from the craft section. If you look in that where that woodland Velcro is, it's sitting in there. But it's so small, like you can barely hold it. But that's what they're gonna need for the retrofit kit. So they gotta use it 8 times. It'll be fine. It works. It's just a little close to your fingers. So in putting this stitch line in, what I'm basically doing is making this side pocket here, and then that bottom slot, closes it off. And that's where we're gonna discard all that extra material. I'm a little high there. Normally we do it right here. So but because of this, that's why I put it here, because of this excess. This bag will be a little bit different. This bag will be worth a lot more money because it's one of a kind. It's that upside down airplane stamp. Okay. Now, let's find out if it actually goes together. It does.
Reminds me of the rifle case.
Yeah, we find center on everything like that. Yeah. Big, unwieldy. I feel like this is a lot heavier than the rifle case. 650, so 325. I can't see it. And then we're on center here. We think we're on center here, are we? 19, yeah. All right, we're gonna put this bag together in eighths, quarters, but really in eighths. Pulling the zipper pulls out of the way just because it's close to the foot there. Am I hearing equipment? Do you hear it? What is it? This is a fucking cumbersome bag, man. I am really fighting this thing. I'm gonna need a lot more steroids. I might have to start Tren. Might have to try it for the first time ever. Would I even get through this build on Tren?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah? I wouldn't just like rip it up and be like, I'm done with this. Yeah? Now, you guys, like when you're doing builds like this and your stuff's not staying in place or whatever, the spring clips work pretty well. The little paper clip things, the little black paper clips that you spring. I see guys do that. I especially see like leather people do that, doing big purses and stuff. I did that 2 or 3 times and I'm like, man, this is a lot of extra work. Just if you learn how to do it, you'll just be able to do it. You can also staple it like on big jobs. Like when I started doing the rifle cases again, especially the like 40, what are they, 46? How big were the big ones? 46, I think. I don't remember, but the big ones, right? I was stapling those together the few times. And then I realized, man, it's taking a long time to staple this shit together. I can just sew it. You want to make sure it's lined up, though. That's why I put all those marks on there. Just line the marks up, tack it. Now on this, I'm being cognizant because I've got that second layer is tucked back under for that slot pocket here. And I want to make sure that I don't catch that pocket. And we can come back once this is all together. Like that's a 1/4 inch in right there. Once this is all together, we can go back around this and put multiple stitch lines in here that are a 1/2 inch in. Because this bag, I definitely want, people are gonna put a ridiculous amount of weight in these, and I definitely want that seam further inside. I don't want a 1/4 inch on this thing. Is this going to fit? It is. It's going to fit perfectly. Swimmingly. I know that means good, but I never understood why they use that word, swimmingly.
Came from the expression of fish glides effortlessly in water.
Swimmingly.
Comparison used in the 1600s to describe easy, uninterrupted progress.
I was just going to call Dr. Sherman House and ask him because I knew he would probably know. It sounds like something that Sherman would know.
And some people think it came from also them using splendid. It went splendid and it just became swimmingly.
How do you get from splendid to swimming?
Smooth as water. It was first used in 1622 in the dialogue of a work by an English playwright, John Fletcher.
Yeah.
Swimmingly turned up.
There we go. Turned up.
Turned.
I do have a little excess here, so I'm kind of pushing it in as I go rather than making a pleat somewhere. I do have quite a bit extra here too. Let's travel back here. And the question is, do I have excess on all the other 4 also? A lot of that's just the weight of the project stretching the material as it hangs there. Yeah, I've got excess here too. See, I've got all this. I got a good 1.5 inches extra there. I'm just gonna sew it right here. You'll see it on the final project on the outside if you know what to look for, but people won't notice it. We will definitely adjust the patterns a little bit. We'll have production build 6 of these and see. We won't say anything to them. We'll have them build 6 of them and see what changes they want on them. I'm starting at the top here, and then the excess will go into the bottom because the top is what you will see most on this bag when it's sitting. It's where your eyes will naturally be drawn to. See, same, I got excess here. Whereas you could fold it like that and have that pleat right there, but I'm just going to put it all into the bottom. No, it's all of it. It's both of them. I would personally, I'd start by cutting. If I need 1.5 inches off each, I would cut. It's this piece, right? Yeah. It's this piece. I would cut 3 inches off those zipper track pieces, the main pieces. That's how I would do it. We'll give it to production though first and let them tell us what they want. All right. Won't be. It's way too big. It's way fucking too big to be a tool bag. I guess you could hold, doesn't Milwaukee have that 48 volt stuff? Amanda said it was going to be the size of a super kit bag. Or deplorable bag, I think she said. It's fucking ridiculous. It's way too big. Now, in the sides, if you needed more shape or protection, you could easily put a piece of foam inside here on both sides, as well as the rigid piece for the bottom, and then it would totally have shape. It would have structure to it. These are like the those gear bags I built. Yeah, it's like the gear bags. Remember the helmet bag, and then the much larger helmet bag, the XL. Uh-huh. Yeah. So. It's fucking huge. Do we want the handles that long? Or we want them shorter? You could put them on your shoulder for sure.
Short people are going to drag the ground.
So we lower them 3 inches maybe, or leave them.
Bye.